Hey y'all, welcome to another episode of Back to the Beat. Make sure y'all like, share, comment, subscribe because y'all already know today we have a very, very, very special guest, y'all. We have a very special guest. He is an artist, he is a mogul, he is an icon, everything. Make sure y'all go ahead, come, tap in, stay tuned. All right, y'all, here's my special guest. Wait, pause. Which one do we call you? Or MMW?
MMW.
Okay, because you are an icon right now, okay.
Yeah, but you could just call me Matt throughout the conversation. Just introduce me as MMW.
Okay, that's been my hardest thing with me interviewing people that I know.
Mm-hmm.
I be calling them like their whole name. Like, I had a dude named and I call him the whole thing, and in the middle of the interview, he's like, Nard.
Like, yeah, you got to go by what people know you as, you know what I mean?
That's crazy.
But, like, you could say MMW for the introduction, and then just call me Matt throughout. That's
okay,
cool.
Matt. That's going to be hard. I'm sorry.
Matthew's cool. I don't care either. I genuinely don't care.
I'm just pre-letting you know.
Yeah,
like,
that's cool.
This is something I struggle with.
That's cool.
Okay, we're going to go ahead and start. Hey y'all, here is my guest. Y'all already know how it goes. We're going to start with the eyes segment. In this segment, we're just going to talk about the future views and stuff like that. So, okay, 5 years from now, who are some artists that you want to have been done, did work with and stuff?
Wow. 5 years. Okay, 5 years isn't super far into the future.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to say like the legends yet, but I'm going to say like the people that I aspire to, because I feel like that's very aspirational, and like I think that could happen, you know what I mean? But I want to say somewhere like people who are still above where I'm at, but I really still look up to, I'm inspired by.
Gotcha.
There's this dude named Overcast, and he's this like producer. I don't know where he's from, but he's a producer rapper like myself. A lot of people compare him, like my stuff, to him.
Really?
But he's going crazy. He produced a track on Drake's last album, actually, like the deluxe on that.
Okay.
He does like that sample-based hip hop.
What was
sound.
it? You Broke My Heart?
It was like
I'm sorry, I'm a Drake fanatic. Like,
it was one of the ones. You know when he dropped the deluxe of that album, like the Scary Hours.
Yeah.
It was. I think it was like Shoe Fits or something like that.
Oh, the Shoe Fits. It was like a diss, and he was like going and stuff.
Yeah.
He was putting it all on the table. Yeah.
That song.
That is raw. Okay.
Yeah. Overcast. Who else do I want to say? A lot of producers though. I ain't gonna lie. Like, of course artists, but it's this dude that produced for Childish Gambino. It's like some Swedish dude named Ludwig Göransson.
Okay.
That's like a legend too. I ain't gonna lie.
Got you.
Conductor Williams. He produces for like West Side Gun and all them boys.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Got you.
It's a lot. I literally have a list of like my top favorite producers. I'm like, I'm gonna work with these dudes one day.
Now just look into the future in general. It can be a year from now, or it could be 20 years from now. Like, who are those dream collabs that you're looking forward to like having?
Okay, dream collab. Tyler, the Creator. Like, he's like
I could see y'all.
He's like the base for where I do everything. Like, he's like the inspiration. In terms of like, he's just like a real artist across the board. He produces, he raps, he designs all his stuff. Childish Gambino, that man's going crazy. I just started watching Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
I just finished it.
Okay, that's a great
what episode
show.
You on? What episode?
I'm on the second to last episode.
Man, listen, you're gonna get to that last episode and you're gonna be like, I need season 2 yesterday. Like, that's a good show. Y'all check out Mr. and Mrs. Smith. For real.
It's a really good show.
That is a good show. Like, I literally started it one day, finished it the next day. Like,
yeah. No, what's crazy about that is like 2 years ago, I went on a business trip for my work, and we're walking through New York, and literally Donald Glover walks by, like, just walks by on the block, and I was like, "Yo, are you Donald Glover?" Because he looks like his brother too. I wasn't sure if it was him or his brother. And he told me, yeah, I'm Donald Glover. And I was just chopping it up to him. He's like a huge inspiration to me. I was like, what are you doing in New York? Like, what you doing out here? He was just walking, no entourage, no security, no nothing.
That's
just like
actually crazy.
A hat, and he's just walking around. And he was like, he's shooting Mr. and Mrs. Smith. And this was like 2 years ago. And like watching it now, I'm like, yeah, he was cooking.
That's actually crazy. Yeah. You want to know something? Like, when I was watching Mr. and Mrs. Smith, they kept saying his name was Donald Glover. So I'm like, he looked just like Childish Gambino. And I had said hilarious. That at work, right? And it was like, so you didn't know there was the same person? I'm like, no, I had no idea until Mr. and Mrs. Smith. That's crazy. Like,
that's really interesting.
Yeah.
Because I'm like curious who knows him as Donald Glover versus Childish Gambino, you know what I mean? Like, versus his rap stuff and his acting and all that.
He's literally like Hannah Montana. Like, he looks way too different lives to me. I don't know. Like, that's actually crazy. Type.
Okay, yeah, Childish Gambino, Tyler, the Creator, Earl Sweatshirt. He's my favorite rapper ever, but I feel like he would just out rap me in every way possible. But I still want to try. You know what I mean?
I mean, you can make the hook.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go with that.
Nah, I can see that. I can see that.
Yeah,
I can see y'all really on the track for real.
Yeah,
and that's crazy. You mentioned like Tyler Creator was like the inspiration for you.
Yeah,
because when I listen to your music, it's like you don't sound like nobody. You know how like people will be like, oh, well they give like Bryson Tiller vibes, or they give like. Your music, you don't sound like anybody. Like, you literally just sound like you. But now when you said Tyler, the Creator, I'm like, okay. Like, I don't listen to him like that. But what he is on, like, I can definitely, like, get the vibe. Like,
okay. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Because, I don't know, he just kind of explores all genres, whether he feels like it, like, anything that he wants to try out, he's going to do sonically, you know what I mean?
For sure.
It all seems like rooted in hip-hop, but he just does whatever, which I really like. I really resonate with that.
That's big. That's big. It's like no limit to what he does. Like, he's like a literal, like, creator. Like, his name is perfect. Like, he's like a literal artist for real.
Exactly.
Like, you can't put him in a box. Like, those type of artists that really, like, catch my eye and just be having me, like, tapping in.
There's people that shift the culture for real. Like, they just do whatever they feel like making, you know? So that's what I aspire to be like, you know?
Okay. Still on the I segment, we're talking about the future and stuff. So let's just learn about you as a person. What do you think of like a future dream car?
Future dream car. I'm not even super into cars. My dad is hella into cars.
Gotcha.
But he had this like BMW M5. I like BMWs just seeing like, I just like BMWs because he had one growing up and I was like, that's the coolest car he ever had. And I like specifically the BMW that's on Frank Ocean's album, Nostalgia Ultra. It's like this orange like BMW, some old school shit. There's like leaves in the background or something. Like the orange car with leaves in the background. It's like very iconic. I don't know. I just like it. It looks old school. And like when I play GTA, that's really where I get a lot of my reference for cars from. I like muscle cars. Like I like driving muscle cars, but I don't know if that like fits my personality or not. But
got you. It don't matter. Like you just cars. Like what you like. Like for real. Yeah. That's what's up. You know, like what color you want to be. Would you want it to be that orange?
Yeah, like that would be like a cool like novelty like car. Like when I'm rich, you know what I mean? I just have the Frank Ocean car in the garage.
For sure, the Frank Ocean car. It'll be hard. Yeah. Okay. What about a future dream house? Or something that you need in your dream house?
That's a good question. Dream house, I don't even know. I don't even think about houses like that. But when we was talking about Mr. and Mrs. Smith, I remember the episode I watched last night. It was like they had some cottage on the Italian like coast. I was like, that looks so cute and like homey and just like tucked away, like low key. You know what I mean? Like
like real intimate. Like it's like they was off to themselves for real. The only way people know they're there is if they know they're there. Like,
I like that kind of vibe. A cottage of some sort would be cool.
Okay. That's cool. One moment. I just want to get back to the beat one time and let them know what I did on my face today. I went ahead and I used the Morphe Dual Pencil, y'all. I'm going to keep telling y'all about this product because it's literally the best. You know, y'all can go ahead and send me some products whenever y'all ready. I'm going to just keep them up for y'all, but y'all just go ahead and send the package when y'all ready, okay? And then let me let y'all know what I use for concealer. I use the Makeup Revolution concealer, y'all. I just feel like that's the best one out. It gives the right amount of coverage, and it just always match our skin tones the best. Like, it's really, really good. So yeah, y'all make sure y'all go check those products out. Okay, now let's get back to what you got
to our regularly scheduled program.
Yes, and we're here. So, still looking into the future, you know, I just wanted to know, like, are there any groups that you look to like working with, you know, like any like specific groups of like people or artists that are out? Because you know we got the Yachty little group of like
Concrete Boys,
like are there any like groups you look to like kind of like tag along with?
I really like the like underground New York scene right now.
Okay.
Quote unquote underground, but like
got you.
This dude's like Earl Sweatshirt's kind of like the grandfather of it all, and then it's like dudes like Mike, Navy Blue, Mavi, and like everyone in that circle. I would love to work with them because that's really like mostly what I listen to. That's mostly what I listen to. Yeah, them boys are super inspiring. I'm not gonna lie, because I feel like the whole like sample based hip hop thing was like out of style for a minute, and then dudes like Earl and that whole, they call it abstract rap scene, kind of brought it back to the forefront. Griselda, like West Side Gun, them boys, they like do that, but it's like the 90s rap style, but it's way more
back, but it's like modern.
It's like fly, like they wearing chains and rapping about like they rapping like with lyrics, you know what I mean? I would like to get involved in like either of those two.
Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up. So let's go ahead and get into the face segment, you guys. This segment, we're going to go ahead and talk about the foundation, where it all started, because you put the foundation on the face. And then we'll talk about adversities you faced and how you overcame them. Okay, so let's just go ahead, start from the top. Where did it all start? Like, what got you going with music?
Man, okay, so I grew up in church, like very heavily in church. My parents, like my grandpa was a pastor. He passed away. My uncle became the new pastor. My mom sings at church. My dad plays bass. My sister sings and dances. Does the whole thing. So I was like very much in that space all the time growing up. And so I remember like sitting by my dad. He'll be playing the bass at church. I'll grab some drumsticks and like beat on the like guitar amp and stuff. I really wanted to play drums when I was younger. I really wanted to do that.
That's crazy. I always wanted to play drums, but nobody could ever teach me. Like,
drums is so fire.
Really?
But it requires space. When I get my own space, that's when I'm gonna get some drums and like actually learn. I'll be fire. So yeah, started out in church, and a lot of heavy gospel influence. Like my parents didn't play any type of like secular music. It was pretty much gospel. My dad played a lot of jazz, neo soul type stuff, and that's where I got a lot of my influences from. A lot of what my dad played me when I was just a kid, like in the car, he would just be playing like Sade and Jill Scott and stuff, and like gospel music, gospel Jamaican music, because like growing up, it's like a Jamaican church, so it's got that flavor on everything that they play there, you know. And so that's really like the roots of my sound. And I'll say like I didn't even like listening to rap until I got like into middle school, honestly.
Really?
Which is funny because like I never saw myself being like a rapper or anything, honestly, for a minute. But then I found like Childish Gambino on like some random. I think I found like there's this video called Freaks and Geeks by Childish Gambino.
Okay.
And like that really just opened up a lot of the doors for me to like explore hip hop, because it was something that was relatable. Like I think growing up, like the Young Money era was like the big thing.
100%.
You know what I mean?
You couldn't tell me I wasn't part of Young Money. Like I'm sorry, like I just knew I had a part on Roger That. You know, on like the hits was like all of them bedrock. I knew they left some time for me. You know, like.
Yeah, that was that era, but I just didn't relate to any of that music. That just wasn't my stuff. It just wasn't for me. It was played, and like I would like bob my head, but I'm like, it's just not for me, you know.
That's crazy.
Couldn't relate to on a personal level, but then just hearing like Childish Gambino like rap about like being like a suburban black kid and like just I don't know, his experience related to me, you know what I mean? So hearing that stuff really opened up the doors for me. I would go on in like music blogs online. Like I remember there was like an era like 2012 to like 2015. I was like actively going out to discover new music, you know what I mean? So I was just on hella music blogs. Anyway, Childish Gambino, what I really liked about his music is that it like had a bunch of different genres, but it was like hip hop, you know what I mean? Yeah. It sounded like it was just blending a lot of different genres. I really was attracted to the production at first. Before I even created any music, I was really attracted to just like hearing the beats and like deconstructing it in my head and like, oh, this is the kick, this is the snare, this is the keys, this is the strings, you know? And so I really just like loved the production side of it. And so my dad had a laptop, and he had GarageBand, which is like this software to make beats. And so I would just put loops together and just like try to make something, you know what I mean, what I was listening to. And
so you did hardcore research. Like you was like tapped all the way in at a young age. Like that's what's up. And you can tell in your work, like for like your beats and stuff, it just be like, dang, like literally I can literally show you. I sent my friend one of your songs last night. I was like, bro, go listen to this, but go listen to it with some speakers so that you can hear every single detail in the back. He was like, all right, I got you. I'm like, bro, no, like I'm not playing like this right here is like I'm trying to see which song did I send him.
Yeah, I'm curious. It was
like, ooh, which song did I send him?
Is it Daydreams? I don't know.
It's not Daydreams. It's
Dumb Luck. Is it the one that's the Wendy's one?
It's not the Wendy's
Pessimist.
one. That's what I'm saying. Start with a P. It's on the tip of my tongue.
Pessimist.
Yes, Pessimist.
Okay,
that one.
Yeah.
Like,
okay, I produced that one. So
yes, that's what I'm saying. Like I can tell like when it's your work. I can tell like because you now it all makes sense now that you done told me like you really been tapped in like in the world.
And even like back then, it didn't feel like research. I was just like trying to discover new stuff. You know what I mean? I was really like those were like the formative years of like my taste in music. You know. Yeah. And so I started out making beats, being a producer. I never wanted to be a rapper because like in my head like I don't know, like I said, my family's super Christian, right? So it kind of just felt like if I was a rapper, I knew I wasn't going to be rapping about Jesus. It would just be a bad look. I was afraid of like the judgment and just feeling like I already felt like a bit of an outsider like in my family, you know what I mean? So I didn't want to like have that extra judgment on me. So I never wanted to be a rapper. I'm like, I'll be behind the scenes. I want to be involved in hip hop, but I'll just be behind the scenes. I'll be a producer. And so I wanted to like, I started making beats, trying to sell them to kids in my high school. And I just felt like none of them could rap for real. Like, I really just was like, nah. These beats are too good.
That is crazy. Like, y'all wasting my talent.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't want to have no whack rappers on my beats. So then that's when I just started writing myself. And so I would just start songwriting and like eventually just built up the confidence to like eventually actually record. I remember I borrowed my homie Kevin. Shout out Kevin Solsis. Shout out Kevin. So he would let me borrow his microphone equipment and stuff and like for a weekend, and I would just like be recording everything all in like a weekend.
Oh, Kevin was real.
Yeah.
Get you with Kevin. Kevin was for real.
Shout out Kevin, man.
Get you with Kevin for sure.
For real. And yeah, so then that's where I recorded a lot of my earlier stuff. Learned everything. Like I mixed and mastered pretty much all my music before this year. Pretty much everything that I would make. And so learned all that on YouTube. You know what I mean? You could learn anything on YouTube.
University. Like that's the best university for real. It's free. You know, you choose your courses. You choose how long they be. You can either watch a 5-minute video or a 55-minute video. Like, yeah, they're real flexible. You know, you go on your own time. That is, YouTube University is clutch for real. That's
the thing. I feel like with this generation, we have like the luxury of having so much information. Like we can literally learn and start anything on our own. Like you literally doing this podcast and it's like we got iPhones filming this and then a camera. You know what I mean? Like we have so much power with like the information that we have. But yeah, so I don't want to get too off topic because I could go into that
you good. Because I was about to say, like, when people come and they be like, oh, you shooting these on your phone? It be look like you be using it. I'm like, y'all, literally, the 15 Pro Max got, like, a phenomenal camera. Like, for real.
It's going to work. It's going to do what it need to do.
Right. But, yeah, back to you went ahead and set the foundation where it all started. That's cool. Like, that's really, like, good to know. And, you, like I said, you can see it through your work. So I also want to just go ahead and ask, like, what are some adversities you have faced in this like industry?
I mean, so far, I don't feel like I'm in the industry yet, honestly. I still feel like very much an independent artist on the come up.
I mean, how many years? You've been doing it for a long time, though. I was watching you perform 5 years ago. What you mean you haven't been doing it that long? Like, wait a minute, we got to bring this back. You're literally in the industry, like, for sure.
I don't know. I don't be at, like, studios. Like, I make stuff in my room and with my homies and people I know. You know what I mean? So,
but still, like, you putting in that work, you got to give yourself the credit. Like,
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. But, yeah, adversity-wise, I would say the one of the biggest things was just, like, literally balancing music in school and life. Like, just making time to like, devote to my craft. You know what I mean? Especially being in college, you know what I mean? It's a million things going on. Having a social life, doing school, and being broke. And
like, it just be so much you have to juggle. Like, you like, wow, this is what I rushed to be. This is the adulting I want to grow up so bad. Now I'm here and I'm like, take me back. Like, for sure. Like,
for real.
Yeah. Okay. So, like, just going through trial and error, have you learned how to go ahead and balance that? Like, how did you go ahead and balance everything?
So there's like the work life or the music and life balance part, and then there's also like I felt like I was just lacking in promotion and marketing skills. You know,
marketing is the number one thing when you're doing anything, makeup, music. I mean anything, cooking. Like, marketing is the number one thing that almost come before like the product and what you give.
That's really what it is. Because it's like I know a million talented people. You know what I mean? But talent doesn't like matter if people don't see it.
Literally,
unfortunately, like it just doesn't matter if
that's
you're not putting yourself out there in the right ways. You know what I mean? And so figuring out that aspect has been like a big thing that's pushed me in the past year. You know what I mean? Like literally 2 years ago, I wasn't really making past 1,000 streams on songs. You know what I mean? Since I started posting on TikTok and Instagram way more consistently, we've gotten so many more opportunities, shows.
That's true. Consistency.
Yes, consistency is the biggest thing. You know what I mean? And I'm still like working on that myself because it's like easier said than done. You know what I mean?
I used to watch podcasts and I used to just be like, why every single person say consistency is key? Like, that's so cliche. But then when I actually started being consistent, I'm like, dang, okay, hold on. Wait a minute. Okay. I see. I really see the benefit. Like,
Yeah, you
y'all
see
was right.
results. You
Yeah.
see results after time. You just got to put the time in, you know. Um, yeah. So, and then in terms of like work and music life balance, I really just like this year I had to cut certain things off. Like I did martial arts a lot last year. I did Muay Thai, which is like Thai kickboxing,
Gotcha.
and that was taking up
Okay.
like I was doing that like 3 to 4 days a week. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but I would be so tired after training that like I wouldn't be like
Up for doing
yeah, I
what you
wouldn't.
want to do for like,
Yeah, I wouldn't be doing music. So like I kind of stopped that this year, and now I'm focusing more on like all my free time on music. You know what I mean?
Every single second working.
Yeah,
Or free second working.
yeah, trying to, and then I burnt out for like a good week last like last month. I ain't gonna lie, yeah, it'd be like that. But you know, like New Year's resolution, you want to go super hard, and then you burn out. I'm like, damn.
Me and I'm like, see, I did unrealistic goals. People don't understand. Like, you can easily create unrealistic goals for yourself, and it's like you're not even taking all things into consideration. Because one thing about it, life gonna life. So like you always got to kind of put a little cushion time or cushion, just like room, just in case something come up, because you never know for real.
That's facts. That's facts.
Dang, that's crazy. So, you know, you go ahead, you're maneuvering through, you know, how to like go ahead and balance everything. So how do you cope with stress? Because stressing is inevitable. You know, like it's gonna come no matter how organized, no matter how planned. You can make to-do lists all day, checklists. Stress gonna come, especially if you're someone who do like a lot. Like, so how do you cope with stress?
Yeah, that's a good point. Honestly, like I feel like one of the big things about that is just like coming to terms with the fact that there are gonna be stressful times. Like you have to just accept the fact that like things are not gonna be cool all the time. And so I practice meditation. I do that pretty consistently, and that kind of just keeps me sane and like allows me to like be self-aware in a way that's like, okay, if I see this negative pattern in myself, I can like recognize it and then maybe not do that next time. You know what I mean? And so I like to meditate pretty much every weekday, like every morning. That's really one thing that really helps me just like stay present, stay calm. Even when things go left, it's like, okay, instead of reacting, let's look at the emotion. Let's like stand back and like let it, it's temporary. You know what I mean? That's one of the things that helps me too, just realizing anything that's happening is temporary, emotionally at least, you know?
You can't control what you can't control. So it'd be no point in like putting like any type of energy towards something that you can't control. Like, okay, once you do all that, then what? Like,
exactly. And really just taking time to like go for walks or just like listen to me, do nothing for a second. Because I think another thing that stresses, like I stress myself out because I feel like I'm not being as productive as I can be all the time.
100%.
You know what I mean? Because I watch all this content to motivate me and give me new music marketing techniques and like how to be more productive and stuff. But like I really just need some time to chill out sometimes. And
like reset. And then it'll just naturally flow.
One thing I do is I just like one thing specifically that I do is like take random showers throughout the day. Like I don't know, it's just very like de-stressing just to like it feels like it's because I work from home, right? So like I'll be in my room all day. And then it'd be too cold to go outside.
100%.
You know what I mean?
100%. Too cold. Yes.
It's February in Atlanta and it'd be cold out here. It'd be cold out here
Bruh, it'd be cold out here all the time if you ask me. Like it'd be so cold. Like it'd be a real winter. Like they really get all the seasons for it. In Florida, we get a good 2 seasons.
Yeah, I'm from South Florida, so it's my body's like adjusting, but it's still like it's still cold out here. But yeah, I'll like take a second, go for a walk if I can, take a shower, and just like reset, take a nap. Naps to just like just de-stress.
Okay, that's what's up. Good. I mean, I definitely agree. Like you just need time for yourself. You having just time to just stop everything and just pause and just because it's like when you be doing so much, you just be going. It's like, okay, dang, 2 weeks done went by and I don't know what just happened. Like that's it for the face segment. We're gonna go ahead and get into the lip segment next. All right, y'all, we are back with the lip segment. This segment we're just gonna go ahead and manifest some things, speak some things to existence, and then we're gonna go ahead and give some advice. Okay. So just let me know 3 things that you're manifesting this year.
Oof. Okay. Okay. One thing I will say is just like, as an independent artist, you have to do everything by yourself, pretty much. But I'm realizing you can do more things and better things with a team. So I'm manifesting a solid team around me. And like, one of my roommates, Juvair, he's he's a video director. You know what I mean? So he's already a part of my team.
Yeah.
But I need people to just help me like make my vision come to life. And as I'm building my community in Atlanta, it's I feel it's slowly coming together. You know what I mean? But solid team to just like push me to where I can be. That's one thing. Another thing, discipline. I know I said this already, but discipline is just like inconsistency, like just showing up every day even when you don't feel like it. That's the hardest thing, dude.
That's big too.
Yeah. So we manifesting discipline. We definitely manifesting that. Lastly, let's see. Okay, leverage. This is what me and my roommates be talking about. So it's like, as an independent artist or anybody that just does freelance things, you want to get funding, you want to get deals, you want to work with people who can put you in better positions, right? But you kind of need leverage. You need to build up your value, your personal branding before you can reach out to other people. That's why you see these people with these terrible 360 deals, because they didn't have no leverage. Like the label made you know what I mean? So like this is the year for me to like build up my value and make deals that make sense and have partnerships that make sense to make my vision really come to life.
Yeah, I definitely felt that first one, a team. Like what I said before we started, like I wish I had a camera crew. I wish I had like just everything just to make the process like smoother. Like of course I'm grateful for like the people that come out and help me and stuff like now, but like I wish I had like an official like solid like just like actual like team, like just somebody who can do every single moving piece, so I don't have to do every single moving piece. Because like I do everything. I record, I edit, I make my own content. Like
it's a lot.
I post on social media consistently. Like I literally do everything by myself, and I be like, dang, bro, like it's starting to be a lot. Like even just responding to like DMs or like people reaching out want to be on. I'm like, y'all, like bear with me. Like, I'll get back with you in like a week, like for that day or for that city. Like they be wanting me to come to all these different cities and stuff. I'm like, y'all.
It's a lot. But you know what? It's giving you the good training to like at least know, once you have that team, you know at least how every piece of the operation works. So once you get your team, you can actually like communicate things to them, and you have your vision and be able to like delegate tasks the right way because you already done it before. You know what I mean?
That's true.
So
that's
like,
true.
At least it's like training you up the right way.
For sure. Yeah, that's my biggest thing. Is like, okay, like my editor has to be as raw as me. Like so like so like that's my favorite part is the editing for real, because I just like different things, and then I watch different podcasts and be like, okay, I like how they did this. Let me just put a twist to it. Like one of my favorite like editing skills when like it comes to like one of my favorite like podcasts when it comes to like their editing skills is Yachty. Like Yachty podcast is oh my goodness, like his co-host Mitch. Like if I ever had a co-host, I need them to be like Mitch. Like I don't know, like know what's going on. Like
get your besties,
man. But we in different cities. Like
it'd be like that.
We be in different cities, so it just be like. And then people like in school and they be working, and it's just like
everybody got their own life.
Yeah, so it just be hard. Like you can always rely on yourself, you know, to show up every time. So it just be different. But yeah, I'm manifesting that too this year. Like a team, solid team for real. Let me see something else in the lip segment. Just go ahead and ask you, what is something that you would tell like the younger you, like maybe like 10-year-old you.
10-year-old me.
Yeah.
Bro, 10-year-old me wanted to play basketball, bro. Like
it makes sense,
which is
though.
like hilarious because like I'm 6'3", but like I don't care about sports or nothing like that.
Got you.
But like that dude back then that was like on the basketball the like elementary school basketball team wanted to be in the NBA.
Really?
That's hilarious. Just
like it makes sense because I mean your height and stuff, but I guess like, who were you looking at growing up? Like who did you used to watch it as a kid?
Yeah, like I don't know, Miami Heat. So like Dwayne Wade, like Chris Bosh, that whole whole
big three.
Yeah, the big three back then.
Yeah. Okay, for sure, sure.
But like advice, okay, what would I tell my 10-year-old self, bro? Just like keep exploring your passions and your curiosities. Like just keep, cause like I did a million things when I was a kid. I first wanted to. Like, there's a point I wanted to be like a movie director. Like
really?
I made like, this is so cringe. I used to like shoot videos. We would go to like the pool in my neighborhood, and like I would have my friends do backflips and like ride bikes into the pool and just do a bunch of random stuff.
No.
And then I would edit it and reverse it. Like my whole thing was like reverse videos because it just looked really cool to me.
Do you still have those videos? Like,
they're like deleted off of everything.
got you.
Like I did that in
Got
middle
you.
school because I was like I was just cringing at myself. I like
you.
wiped them from the internet. But just keep exploring your like your curiosities, honestly, because that's what brought me to where I'm at now. Like I produce, I write my raps, I mix and master, do graphic design, and I think I do all those things pretty well. And so I think like it took that kid to like just try a bunch of different stuff and explore. And honestly, like I thank my parents for like allowing me to do that and like providing me the resources.
That's big. Having that support for like support system, just to like push and just always be there to like make sure you're doing what you love. Yeah, that's big.
Yeah, man. Shout out to parents.
Yes.
Yeah. I forgot what I was gonna say.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. I like literally had it in my head. But yeah, just explore my curiosities and just try different things. Yeah.
Okay, and what's some advice that you could like give to the youth, out there that just wants to grow up, be a producer, just really get into like the arts of the industry?
Ooh. I would say like get really good at the craft of whatever you're trying to do first. Like I know it's easy to want to be the dude with the clout and just like post stuff and go viral and like that could take you places, of course, but I think like people can tell when something's quality. That's why things come and they go so fast, because a lot of people don't have the quality behind what they do. Just get really good at what you're doing, as if nobody's watching. Yeah, that's what I would say. And also be patient. Like patience, it's not gonna happen when you want it to happen.
Yeah, patience is big.
It's not gonna happen when you want it to happen, but be okay with the process of like doing that. You gotta like what you're doing and keep doing it. Like honestly, I would have gave up by now if I didn't love what I was doing.
Yeah, got you. That's big. Patience is like the biggest thing, because it's like, okay, I've been posting for so long consistently. Why hasn't this happened? Why hasn't this happened? But it's like literally, it's on the way. Like the only way you lose is if like you stop or you give up. So
that's facts.
Yeah, that's big for real. Okay, all right, y'all. That's it for the lip segment. We're gonna go ahead and get into some random questions just to learn about our guests. Okay, y'all. So the first random question is, what are your top 3 albums of all time?
Oof. Okay. All right. I know this. I think the 2013 through 2015 were like my favorite years for music. So Because the Internet by Childish Gambino.
Okay.
Wolf by Tyler the Creator.
Okay.
Third is that's a toss up. I'm not gonna lie.
If we need to do 5, we can do 5.
Okay, no.
I'll do 5 sometimes.
3 is Acid Rap by Chance the Rapper. And I believe all those go within that time frame. 2013, 2015, really? Golden era of hip hop, hands down.
Got you. I love Chance the Rapper. I love Chicago rappers, period. Like all clear across the board.
Yeah.
Like
they got so much.
Like when they be like, ooh, so like you like Chicago rappers, like artists?
Yeah. I mean, I like the ones that like were in that like alternative hip hop scene. So you got Chance, you got Saba, Mick Jenkins.
I was about to ask you your Mount Rushmore.
Ooh. Okay. So how many is that? 5?
It's 4.
4. Are we talking like rappers? Are we just talking artists in general? Like, what are we talking? Because like we could go a lot of ways. Producers, we could go a lot of ways with this.
I'll just say artists.
Artists.
Just
all right.
Just artists, clear across the board.
Yeah, I'm gonna say the same names I've been saying this whole interview. I ain't gonna lie. Tyler the Creator, Childish Gambino, aka Donald Glover.
I didn't know Childish Gambino was from Chicago.
No, he's not from Chicago.
I said your Chicago Mount Rushmore.
Oh, Chicago. I didn't know specifically.
Yes,
I thought it was just
my bad. That's why I asked you. You like,
Okay, yeah. All right, well, let's go Chicago. Chicago. Well, Chance, Saba, No Name.
Okay.
These people might not even be from Chicago, but they feel like they're affiliated. You know what I mean? Like I know Chance and No Name from Chicago.
I know Chance is for sure.
Yeah.
That's the only person that you named that I know for sure.
I'm just gonna say people that were in that scene.
Okay.
Because that's where my mind goes. Big Mensa, I'm a little iffy on that. But I'm not gonna say that because I definitely want to work with Big Mensa. There was just an era where he was the shit, and like then but he's back on his stuff now.
Okay. I mean, they have that, be up and down.
Yeah. And I'm gonna throw in more Mick Jenkins.
Okay, I don't know what that is, but I'll tap in.
Yeah,
for sure. Because like my Chicago Mount Rushmore looks completely different.
Okay, go.
G Herbo.
Yeah.
Chief Keef.
Yeah.
Chance the Rapper.
Yeah.
For sure. And just to say one more is actually crazy. Just to say one more is actually
Just
crazy.
one more.
Like,
do you have like a lot of options?
Yes.
Okay.
Chicago's up there for me. Like, for sure. I have to do 5.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have to go King Von.
Okay.
And then B-Sav.
B-Sav. I never heard of
He
them.
part of DCG Brothers. So, like 2 of them. Like, they do like, you know how I say like how you just do whatever, like you really get into the arts and like the creativity. Like their music videos, they're like movies. Like they take you back to like, you know how Michael Jackson music videos used to be 7 minutes long, used to be a whole storyline. Yeah. Like their creativity on their music videos is just like up there, and it's just that's like tight. Yeah. But like they drill rappers. Drill rappers don't do that.
Okay, that's hard.
Like drill rappers don't do that. Like you bound to see anything sitting back watching one of theirs. Like
I gotta check it out.
I love like. And then what's crazy is I went to a G Herbo concert in 2021, and they opened up for him, and I'm like, dang, who are like they are giving like the crowd like they are just really like turned. Mm-hmm. I'm like, dang, like who. I love that music. Like I ain't never heard a song or nothing like that.
I gotta check them out.
Yeah, you got to tap into that. Okay, what about like your favorite song to record? Like, what was your favorite song to record out of your whole catalog?
Good question. Because I have like a bit of a different process now than I did before. Mm-hmm. But I think the most fun one to record was this song called Regina. Okay. And so like it's when I heard the sample for it, I was like literally listening on the radio, which I never listened to the radio, but I randomly
like that album cover.
Yeah.
Like how you had like the
car.
Yes.
Yeah, and it was like a 3D render. Like, okay, that's fine. That's fine. Okay. Yeah. So the way that song came together, I heard this sample. It was like Free. I think it's Free by Denise Williams. Okay. No. That's the wrong song. It's okay. Patrice Russians. It's a song by Patrice Russians. I forgot what it's called, but Patrice Russians. Okay. And I heard that, and I was like, I love this part of the song. I'm going to get to this later. Mm-hmm. I was making the beat, and usually I'll make the beat, and then I'll write the song. But this time, it was like all in one go. So like I chopped up the sample, put it together in a sequence, and then I just started singing some random stuff. Yeah. And like it was just fun, because I don't sing. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I mostly rap. So, but I have more pressure on myself when I'm rapping. I have a higher standard. So when I sing, 100%. It's just fun. I don't care as much.
Yeah, you know, singing is almost like free, but rapping, you gotta think about the cadence. You gotta think about delivery. Like you gotta just put all of that into like it's really a sport. For real, like, yeah. I
ain't gonna lie. I respect singers a lot though, because I low-key feel like it requires more skill in terms of like you have to like train your voice to sound good. Obviously, we have auto-tune, but I'm talking about live performance wise, like. To sing is harder. To sing well is harder to do than to rap well, in my opinion. In my opinion. Well, actually, I'm not gonna lie. I have a high standard for rapping too, but you know.
But no, they go hand in hand though. Like they go hand in hand for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Wait. What was the full question? I like. Dang.
Your favorite song to record.
Okay. Let me finish the Regina story. Let me finish the Regina story. Okay. So I was writing it and recording it at the same, producing it and recording it at the same time. So it was just really fun singing. And then I had recorded something. I had recorded the first demo. And then my homie Connor, like, you know Connor, right?
Yeah, I know Connor.
Yeah, from FSC. Yeah. Okay. So I had him come over and had him listen to the song. And he was like, bro, you should put this here and like this. And like, the structure. The structure for the song where I'm like singing and then rapping and then singing, like not like no real chorus. Yeah. He really like helped come up with the structure for that song. Wow. I was like, okay, I really like this. Like it was just it was fun from start to finish, you know? And it felt like easy. It wasn't like I was trying too hard to like make it. So that was probably my favorite song to record,
What about like your favorite concept to execute? Because I really be like inspired low key because high key really because you be doing like some different stuff and I'm gonna show y'all what I mean. I'm gonna put some of them up here like the one with the clouds, Daydream. Yeah. The one with the clouds, like that was like dope. I'm like, wait, like okay, and then like even the Waffle House shoot. Yeah. And then like the Wendy's, like I don't know, like you just be like real different. That's what I be like trying to bring the makeup for real. Like even like with this podcast, like it's different, you know. And even with when I would do like certain like concepts with makeup, like when I did my Super Bowl look last year, like I did half my face Kansas City, half of my face Eagles. Like I don't know, I just always like to bring different stuff. So when I see artists, no matter if it's music, no matter if it's like actual like painters and stuff, like when I see them going like out of the box, I just be wanting to know, like, how did you get there? Like, how did that concept, like...
Yeah, okay. So I was going to say Daydreams was my favorite one in terms of, like, the rollout and the execution of it.
Yeah, the rollout was top.
That was really, like, on some, like, art direction type stuff, you know? and like that was my first time really trying to like plan out and execute a whole vision.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, y'all, I'm gonna dye my hair blonde. I'm gonna get this photo shoot, and like, the song Daydreams is like, okay, the cover art is like, you probably show it some.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it right here. I'm gonna put it right here. I'm gonna put it right here.
But it's like me and with this girl, but like my face is like cut out and it's the clouds in the background, right?
They're gonna see it, I promise.
Yeah. So it sort of like represents like when you're daydreaming, it's like you're physically there, but you're mentally elsewhere. You know what I mean?
That's crazy.
So that's kind of like the inspo for that. And like there was also this like Pinterest photo I found that was like, okay, this is what I'm trying to get across.
I be on Pinterest heavy too. Like my next, my next hopefully is out by the time this drop. But like my next is like all off of Pinterest, and I'm gonna just tweak it and make it my own, and it's gonna
That's what
go
you gotta
crazy.
do.
Like,
that's what you gotta do.
Yeah.
That's the thing about it. Like I'm not afraid. A lot of my videos is like showing the behind the scenes, and it's like, oh, I took this concept from this thing. Like I clearly show my inspirations because it's like, as artists, that's what you kind of have to do. You steal like an artist. You take something that's really dope, and you do it in your own way. You know what I mean? And I'm like not afraid to show that, because it's like people acting like everything they the most artsy original person. Like,
but nothing is original. Like even back in the day, like a sample be from 2012 from a song that sampled another song in 2002 from a song that sampled another song in 1972, and then like it's never original. Like everybody's getting just like from stuff that relates to them, and then they just carry it on and make it their own, and then that's how we have these beautiful songs that we have today. Like for real.
Exactly. It's like finding those cool reference points. But yeah, with Daydreams, I really approach it from an art direction standpoint of like, all right, I want this all to have a specific look and feel. And so it was really cool, like location hunting. My boy Juvair, who I mentioned earlier, at Creative Demands, that man go crazy.
He used to shoot stuff on campus, like at Florida State. That name sounds real familiar.
Yeah, he's a day one for real. Shout out Juvair. But yeah, so I ran the concept by him. I was like, all right, I want to shoot it in a place where it feels like that Windows screensaver, with like the mountain and the blue sky in the background. So that's kind of where we went for it. And like, I literally dyed my hair blonde. I was like, this is going to be a rebrand. We're going to have this whole rollout. Yeah. Found the model, and then we shot the video, did the photo shoot. So
Juvair did everything, like the editing of the cover art and stuff?
So I did this is how it went down. So I put the concept together, showed it to Juvair. I was like, all right, can you find this location? He found the location. He helps with the executional parts, adds a bit of creativity in there as well. I kind of like presented him this idea. I was like, this is ideally what it should look like. You know what I mean? And we shot everything. And then like he shot all the pictures and stuff, helped with the framing and all that. And then I like made the actual cover art. So like how I made it, there's like a video of it as well. I posted. Where I actually like printed the picture and cut it out physically, cut out paper.
I think I did see it on TikTok. It's just been a minute. That was one of them
ones that went up.
Yeah, I was about to say that's what made me like, okay, yeah, he's famous. Like, he's famous. He's a mogul. Got you.
No, and like I could have just done it on Photoshop, easy, just cutting it out on the. But I wanted to do it like because it has a certain texture, you know what I mean, and a feeling. So I wanted to like have that like organic texture to it. So it was really fun, like. From every step of the process, from conceptualizing it to shooting it, and then getting the pieces, cutting it out, and then dropping the videos, editing the videos. So me and Juvair kind of like tag team with editing there. But that was really like my most fun and like cohesive vision I feel like I've put out so far.
I can say that. Like that one was like one of those ones. Like Thank you. Like when it's almost like, you know how when you see certain actors, you're like, oh yeah, that's this person from this movie. Like they always like Brandon T. Jackson lottery ticket. I don't know if you ever seen like it's just like you associate
the iconic like roles
that's gonna be like one of your ones that like people always refer to, like, oh yeah, that's the Clouds, or like for sure. Okay, another random question just to get to know our guests. I just wanted to go ahead and ask you like your top 3 artists of all time, dead or alive, like
all time. Kanye, for better or worse. You know, it might be a little controversial, but Kanye, like, he did what he did. I don't agree with him as a person a lot of the times now, but 100%. Like,
I think that's everyone's story, clear across the board.
Yeah.
You can't take away what he did, but
but like, he's laid the foundation for a lot of things.
For sure.
He's just a visionary, all around multi-talented artist. So that's what I'm gonna say is like multi-talented artists who just do things across the board. Kanye, Childish Gambino, Donald Glover. / Donald Glover, and Tyler the Creator. You said 3, right? Yeah, those 3 dudes.
Okay. Okay. So your favorite Tyler the Creator album?
It's gotta be my favorite is Wolf for the nostalgia of it. That's the one that put me on, because like everything before Wolf, it was just like him just too harsh, like rapping and screaming and saying crazy stuff.
Yeah, gotcha.
But Wolf is the one that he was like a little bit more toned down. That's the one that put me on. I would say that's my favorite, but I think his like best one is "Call Me If You Get Lost." I think that's like his last album.
Yeah. So the only one I know is Wolf. Like that's the only one I actually like know. Like is Wolf, because I don't really listen to him like that. Yeah. But he gets played. You know.
Yeah. Shout out Tyler, man. Wolf is the one that really put me
Tyler,
on.
come on the podcast. You just go ahead. We'll get everything. You know, tell your people to call my people. We're good. We're good. Yeah.
Okay, so am I doing it for every artist, or am I just doing it for just Tyler?
You can do every artist. Go ahead.
Okay.
I would definitely hear the Ye one.
Kanye, 808s and Heartbreaks, and I'm not even like an emotional ass dude like that, but like I just remember my first memory of Kanye. I think all of these are like nostalgia based, honestly, but my first memory of Kanye is like watching MTV music videos. You know those channels where MTV would just play music videos?
Straight music videos.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it was like the video for Heartbeat, and it was like, or Heartless.
Okay, Heartless.
And he's just walking around. It's like a cartoon of him smoking and like walking around. It just looks so cool. And I was like, I love this. Like, I love this.
It's just different.
I was sold after I saw that. Yeah.
Right.
So 808s and Heartbreaks, Kanye. And I just really love the drums. And it inspired, like, every dude that raps with auto-tune is inspired by that album. Like,
100%.
It just, the influence is crazy.
He paved the way for sure. Like, for sure.
Yeah. Childish Gambino favorite album is Because the Internet, because that was like a very much a world building album. Besides just the music, he wrote like a screenplay for it, a whole script. Yeah, dropped a short film.
He's so talented. Like, he's so talented. Like, he's another one you can't put in a box. Like, everything he does is just different. Yeah, like This Is America. Like, that's when I really like. I'm sorry, I came in late. That's when I really like knew who it was. Like, that's when Childish Gambino, though. I didn't know Donald Glover. Like, I knew him as like Childish Gambino. Like, that's when I was like, oh, he's different. Like, like he's good. He's good.
I just like how he expanded beyond. It's not just the music. Like, he really said. I used to watch so many of his interviews, and it's like you can't give people just music. Like, you have to create a world for people, an experience for people, because music is just not enough, you know. And so that album was just like the perfect example of that for me. It changed like my approach to music and rollouts and just all of this stuff. So yeah.
Okay, and like, what is your favorite part of the process? Like, when you're doing everything, like, what's the part that is like the most enjoyable for you?
Okay. It might be a tie between, I think it's producing is the most fulfilling, right? Because it's like probably the most, mixing and mastering is the most tedious part, you know what I mean? But producing is the most fulfilling because it's fun at first. It's literally making something from nothing, right? Like, when I'm writing raps, I usually have a beat first, you know what I mean? But like, producing is just like playing around. It just feels like I'm literally just like, just messing around like on the playground and just playing things and like making something come to life and just like following a feeling and like really building something from nothing. I really like the production process.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's cool. That's good. Okay. That was the end of the interview. Y'all make sure y'all go ahead, like, share, comment, subscribe. Go ahead and plug everything where they can find you, your music and everything. Yeah, you can find me at all the platforms at this.mmw. I'm gonna put it right here. Yeah. But yeah, this was really fun. Okay, thank you. Thank you for coming. I just be so surprised people say they actually want to come. I'm like, y'all really want to come? Yeah. Okay. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Make sure y'all go ahead, tap in.